I'm gonna start this video out by saying that if you stumble upon this video because your marks have been slipping or they're just not as high as you want them to be, the very fact that you're checking out this video means you care about your marks, means you care about your education, means that you can turn things around by just putting in a little bit more effort. Who else would go out of their way to look for advice as to how to get your marks higher but a person who actually really cares about education? You'll get back on track with just a little bit more effort and with the tips I'm going to outline in this video. So let's get started. So a little bit about me. My name's Elvin. This is my fourth video out. On this channel I talk a little bit about school, work, fitness, productivity, and I think talking about grades is very crucial. After all, it's the metric in which we measure how well we're doing in school. You know, getting to pass, getting scholarships, grades are very important. Whether or not the stuff you're learning is going to be helpful is a different question, but getting good grades is always something that a student has to worry about. So I've been tutoring for 3 years now, and in my experience, the kids that really see a difference in their marks, the kids that go from 60s to 80s, that go from 70s to 90s, are the ones who really adopt these 3 strategies I'm going to be talking about. And me myself, in high school, I really applied these. I got the marks I wanted. I don't mean to brag, I just want to assert to you guys that these strategies will result in a lot of improvements in your marks. These strategies, they really come in 3 parts. So the first part is the mindset. Let's talk about the mindset. A lot of us get stuck in thinking that because this is school, because this stuff that's all theory, I'm never gonna really do this in real life. I'm never really gonna write essays in my future job. I'm never really gonna crunch numbers like this using calculus and algebra, especially. That's not the sort of field I want to get into. A lot of us get stuck in this mindset, and just wiping that off is the best thing you can do for improving your marks. A lot of people, when their marks start to suffer, they start focusing on things they can't control. Like, for example, their professor has an accent, or maybe they have harder exams in other class, and especially if you can't switch classes anymore, those are really things outside of your control. And because there are things outside of your control, you can't really do anything about it. So wiping that out of your head is a very great first step in order to get grades that you're more satisfied with and better grades in general. Because once you know that you only have so much you can control, you can really focus on those things. You can really tell yourself, if I don't understand this, I'm just gonna go rewind a bit and do more questions. And it's true. The more you do, for example, math problems, the more you master it. And so if you just keep grinding and keep doing it, it's kind of like a video game. Like, you have to grind a certain amount of hours, have to put in a certain amount of effort in order to get to the next level. And people seem to forget that it's the same case for your education. The more you do something, the more examples you get, the more exposure you get to it, the more maybe you talk to your friends about it and gain experience that way, the more you're going to understand the material. And this is very important because this is something you can't control. The amount of effort and the amount of time you're dedicating into learning, that's something completely under your control. I talk about effort a lot and how if you put more effort, you're going to get more out of it. But there's just so much you can give. You have other priorities. You have other things to do in life. You need fun. Everyone needs fun. When you put in more effort towards something, you're going to be more and more predisposed to just postponing that thing or just procrastinating because you already exhausted yourself and you don't want to do more of it. So the key to overcoming this is to study more efficiently. The study methods really fall into this category. One of the best study methods that I teach everyone I tutor, that I do myself, is the write rewrite method. So I'm just gonna take a segue and talk a little bit about this method. First step would be copying notes. I know a lot of teachers put their notes up in slides, but just copy the notes anyway. And the second step is once you're reviewing, once you're in the review mode, look over those notes, and not only should you just read over those notes again, rewrite the notes. And then you're gonna think to yourself, a lot of these I already know, why do I have to rewrite it? And that's a good question. You don't. Only rewrite the notes that you're not sure about or that you really just wanna write again for confirmation. And what you'll end up getting is a shorter version of those notes. Let's say your first copy, your first set of notes was 4 pages long. And once you rewrite those notes when you're studying, once you distill it, maybe now you have it 2 pages long. And now what you can do is repeat the process again and again and again until your notes fall into like half a page. And at that point, everything else you kind of have in the back of your head already. And if you want to make sure that you know that information, go back to your 4 pages of notes and don't read it again, rewrite it. This way you're going to be learning more actively. Rather than just reading notes, you're going to be writing and rewriting, which will really stick that information to your head better. And I could go on and list up more of these methods, but in general, what you really want to do is know how you study the best. Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? Do you like flashcards? Do you like Khan Academy videos? Do you like just listening to lectures and re-listening to it? Especially if you're approaching high school and university, you really need to know how you learn best. Because if you really have no idea, you've been just winging it, you've been just doing the least effort you need, you're gonna have to start figuring that out at some point. Once your studies really catch up, you have to put in more effort. And yeah, at that point, you have to figure out what really works for you. So I'm gonna give you guys another concrete action, and this is to find a peer study group. It's in my experience that when I have people I know in my classes, when I have people I can study with and ask questions with, I end up doing better in those classes because it's more fun to study now. If you're gonna be studying together, you can also eat out and have fun at the same time. It really makes it time efficient. You can bond over whatever the heck you're studying. In general, if you have a group of friends who are taking the same courses, or in general, if they have the same goals as you, then it's gonna be a good idea to find a peer group with them. Of course, there's gonna be some people who might not have the same goals as you, and studying with them will not be as effective. So always keep that in mind. And another big advantage of studying with groups is you can easily pick up what their study tactics are. And this is almost like a legal form of cheating because you're not really cheating, you're just asking them how they study. And I could be telling you different study strategies, but I think your friends are gonna know you a bit better than I would because I'm just this guy in YouTube, right? So yeah, if your friends could diagnose and help you figure out what kind of studying works better for you, then that's even better. In life, there really is just two ways to achieve what you want. You can either take the hard way or the really hard way. The hard way is when you put in the hard work now. You figure out exactly how much effort you need, exactly what results you want, and you just do whatever it takes to get it and make it part of your lifestyle. And there's a really hard way where you just postpone that. You just think, okay, whatever. I know it's gonna take more effort than this, but I'm not gonna put in the effort. And you're just gonna hope for a lucky break someday. You might get a lucky break, or you may not. You really gotta think of what your future you would really want for himself. Would your future you wanna undergo the really hard way, or would he prefer that you just take the hard way from the start? It's something you really have to be honest about. And I know you're gonna take the hard way, because you have it in you. As I told you in the beginning of this video, the fact that you care about your education means you're gonna be honest, means you're gonna have this mindset, you're gonna do everything under your control in order to get what you want. And this means you're gonna turn things around from here because you're just gonna put a little bit more energy, a little bit more effort, and a little bit more efficiency in the way you're doing things, and you're gonna get exactly the grades that you want. So I'm gonna turn this around to you guys. In the comments below, make sure to comment what kind of strategies, what kind of study strategies do you do that really helped you out. And hopefully we can help the community by doing this. I hope this is informative, inspirational. I just hope you got something out of this video. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace. Good luck with school.